Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a mixed media canvas tutorial, and instead as on a normal canvas, I'm working on a canvas board. I'm using acrylic inks to create the background, and I'm adding water with the spray bottle to create a watercolory look. I prefer these canvas boards because it's much easier to stamp on them in comparison to a normal canvas. I'm using a brush to spread the colors around, and I try to use colors that will mix well together to avoid getting matte. So in this case I will get a nice purple when the magenta and the blue is mixing. By the way, I use different acrylic inks. I have some from Amsterdam, I have a Schmincke one, and I also have the Liquitex inks and the DecoArt fluid acrylics. When the background is completely dry, I often do this at the evening and let it dry overnight. I go on top with a layer of gesso, and I don't cover the whole canvas, I just add it in certain areas and blend the background and create more dimension because of that second layer. I'm creating also some white and purple splatters. I'm using the Rubber Dance Dreamcatcher stamp together with some Archival ink in plum and stamp it to the background of the canvas. This will not give a perfect impression as the canvas is really rough textured, but it is a nice background image. I add even more stamping on the background to create some interest. I would have used StazOn Ink if I would have this in such a color, but I haven't, so I need to use the Archival ink, but the Archival ink needs a little bit more time to dry in comparison to the StazOn ink when you use it on an acrylic surface. You will find close-up images of this canvas also on my blog, and it is linked in the description box. I will use the Dreamcatcher also as my main image on the canvas, and I've stamped it to tissue paper and I am sticking it down with gel medium. For the sentiment, I'm using one from the Something Wonderful stamp set. I also stamp it to tissue paper and stick it down in the same way. And instead of cutting the paper with a scissors, I'm using just a wet brush and wet around the sentiment so I can tear off the paper. This gives you softer edges. To finish up the layout, I'm adding some more feathers from the Dreamcatcher set, and I just stamp them randomly to the page. To finish up the whole canvas, I'm adding some stars with gold foil, and therefore I just use a stencil together with some gel medium, and I lay the foil on top and let it dry. And when it's dry, I brush off the excess. My page is almost finished. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe you are inspired now to start creating a little bit. I hope we see us next time. Bye!